is Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Whoop, 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 whoop. In the building early. What's going on, y'all? It's the bearded one here.
S.I Shawn, baby, let's go.
We in the building, man. One more time, son. One more time.
S.I Shawn in a place to be. Let's go.
Early. We in the building, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate y'all early. We sorry for starting late. Sorry for the tardiness. But it is extremely hot outside, son.
Next level.
It's really ridiculously hot out there, man. Shout out to everybody who loves summer, because I love summer too.
I ain't front. The summertime is not bad. So I was just thinking on my way in. I'm like, you know what? When the sun is out, all you see is the V's out, though. I like it. The V's, the bikes, nice joints. It's cool.
You want to laugh, man?
What's that?
Today I'm on my way in, and this is what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about this today. How would you rate your driving skill? Yo, I'm on my way in today, son, and I got to say, first and foremost, shout out to everybody who tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is. Rock with us one time. I would say, man, I'm on my way in, and I just, everybody is like, New York has officially beat everybody.
You stupid, son. You stupid.
They have officially beat everybody.
Yeah.
Because Cats is afraid of the throttle.
But when you think about it, that's how they made it, though. Be careful, tap that throttle, that'll be it.
Come on.
Go over 65, that'll be it.
And you're finito.
I'm telling you, man, it's nothing but fear.
Nothing but fear, kid. I'm driving down the road. I'm on my way to the southern state, and it's just like I could just see. First off, it's wild SUVs outside.
Yeah,
I don't know when the SUVs got so cool. We was talking about that.
Son. Oh man, son, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But at the same time, it's out of control.
All the way.
All the way, bro. Shout to my guy Mark Kemp before he's in the building early. Let's go. Shout to Mark. What's going on, my brother? I hope I know it's hot wherever you are, because it's hot. It's hot. I think through the whole East Coast.
Yeah, right. That's a fact.
It's crazy out here. Shout to my guy Clarence Alexander. Shout to my guy Clarence. He already tuned in early. Shout to my little godson, man, Joshua, out here graduating high school and all of that. Congratulations, my young guy.
That's a fact, though. That's what it is, though.
Young bull, ready to get it in, ready to take the world by storm. But don't get an SUV. I'm sorry.
Yo, you know the SUVs. I gotta say it, man. They not in, son. I'm sorry, son. Like, it's not like, here's the thing. This is the only one I give a pass to. Some may agree, some may disagree. The SRT Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's it. That's the only one.
Trackhawk.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Trackhawk is there too.
Shout to Dr. Phil. He said it's hot, but the streets is hotter. Early.
That's a fact. That's
he ain't lying.
But
why that one though?
Because I feel like that's the only one. Other than, like, you know, that the Cayenne GTS that come with the 6-speed. That's where I'm at. I'm done right there. No Wrangler for me. None of that stuff. Just those two. I say those because they still, to me, they represent a part of the car culture that's just no more. The automotive culture, rather, that's just not there anymore, son. It's like nothing like a 6-speed Porsche truck.
Oof.
Or fripping dipping 500 to 700 horsepower SRT Jeep.
He just came out with a whole nother language. He said fripping dipping. Don't bite that. We putting that on his shirt. Shout to Dr. Phil. He's in the building.
Let's go.
Shout to my guy Mark Kemp before. He said I'm under the AC chilling.
Let's go.
Early. Shout to Clarence. You already know what it is. I know we got on late today, but we got a lot to talk about, man. I will say this. I can't really give a lot of SUVs a pass. I can't lie. The fact that Ferrari and Lamborghini got into the SUV game Ferrari sticking with they guns, but Lamborghini, like you see them.
Yeah,
So I guess, and as a matter of fact, in Gran Turismo, they made me buy one to do
the Urus, right?
Yeah. They made me buy. I actually tuned the hell out of it. I went all the way with it. All 900 some odd horsepower. Yeah, I went stupid with it. But
yeah,
it's just like those are the like I kind of like them and I kind of don't. I understand because my thing is the brand where they came from is just strictly for like sports cars, supercars, and y'all making SUVs. I don't know. I'm a little worried about that. But
see, that's my thing. Again, it's like when did they become cool? Because everybody been having families,
facts.
you know.
But
it's always been photo sedans. It's always been wagons. It's always been Don't get me wrong, the SUVs and stuff always been around, but not like how it is now. Now when it's taking over, damn near the whole market.
There's not too many 4-door sedans left.
Nah, it's not many cars left.
That's a fact. Shout to Dr. Phil. He said, don't forget the Aston Martin DBX. That's another one.
That's dust. I can't stand that.
Yo, but you know what though? At the same time, like I said, like what they do is they make supercars. So to see them getting in the SUV game, I guess that's just to balance off and so that they can continue to make supercars. I like to believe that. Speaking of which, Ferrari talking about they're gonna make a $500,000 EV. Shout to my guy, Mr. 2J86, aka Jay. What's going on, my brother?
Let's go.
They talking about they're gonna make a $500,000 EV. I'm like, for what?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's just I see the EVs, heading for the gustos, huh?
But you know what? You know, we had a little story. Shout out to Dr. Phil. I ran into it earlier this week. I wanted to play the clipping. You got a lady who was going to take out her grandkids, right? She puts them in a Tesla. And as soon as she closed the door, the Tesla battery dies.
What?
So now the Tesla battery dies, and guess what happens? Huh?
They can't get out.
Grandkids is in there choking. Like it's hot. It's spicy in here.
It's spicy.
They said, ma'am. Now remember, we talked about the billionaire lady who backed her car into the pond and they couldn't break the windows to get her out because there was expensive windows. I forget what laminate, some sort of laminate on the window. So they couldn't break the window on the Tesla either. They said it's either that or the baby's gonna get injured. So what they do, they put tape on the window, broke the window and opened the door. So apparently when the Tesla battery died, and I find this hilarious that an electric car has a battery that dies. I understand that they have two different batteries.
Yeah.
They have one that runs the car, the powertrain. And then you have another one.
Electric train.
That's my fault.
Electric train, yeah.
It's my fault. You're right about that.
It's all good.
The electric train. Choo choo. Yo, son, I'm stupid. I can't.
But you know what though? So what are these two batteries for though? You got the electric train that powers the wheels or whatever.
And the 12-volt battery powers everything else in the car.
So, but okay, I get it then. So you're saying when that one dies,
yes,
the electric train doesn't do nothing else. It doesn't assist. It doesn't send any extra electricity, gigawatts.
Can't get no juice. So the lady grandkid is in there wilding like this. Help me.
Yo, you know what kills me about that? I guess one of the smartest people on this planet designed this thing and didn't figure that maybe should send extra juice over it. But I don't know.
But check it out. So now they go into what you got to do to open the car or jump the battery if this happens. Yo, it's like following a map from Tomb Raider. What? Yo, you got to put the plugs on the car. Then you got to run like some little circular part of the bumper, unplug that, plug that up, and all. Yo, it's crazy. Shout to Phil, shout to Dr. Phil. He said, I'm with Shawn. I think fast SUVs are stupid, but all these models sell. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, and Porsche all saw record sales just because SUV. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying, Dr. Phil. But why though? Like, what is it about? Like, we everybody here is into V's one way or another.
Let's go.
Does really though, like, does a SUV with a rollover warning get you excited? I don't know.
Negative. I tell you what though, but hold that thought. Shout to Mark Camp before he said, if no SUV, what options do Ferrari, Lambo, and others have to make a profit? The Huracan can only do but so many numbers, and this is where I'm at, Because at the end of the day, they are a car company. They got to sell cars. Like I said, I think that they sell these SUVs to offset the money they don't make selling supercars. Because even though
SUVs are more,
some of them. I think the sticker price on the Hero. Remember we did that before.
That's what I'm saying.
We said the
Urus is more than the Hurricane, though.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I think when you get to the dealership, I think the uptick on one of them, you go, yo, you know what, I got this Urus right here. I got the Huracan. They're like, yeah, sir. That Urus, we could let it go for about $250. But that Huracan, now that it's highly sought after, we're gonna need $375. Give me the money, man. It is what it is. Shout out to my guy, Mr. J. They said follow what the Porsche Cayenne did, and that was the pumpter. That was the beginning. That's a fact. Porsche jumped into it. Everybody will jump into it after that. But it doesn't say anything about your driving skill, though. How do you rate your driving skill?
Yo, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Yo, this Aston Martin DBX is nearly 200, bro.
They got to be having a sale or something because I see way too many of them.
Son, they 200, bro. They go from 200 to nearly 300. This is what I'm saying. They cost more than the car.
So they cost more than the car, man.
I don't know. All right. Like you said, it still doesn't, rate your driving skill. But
you know what though? It was funny. Shout out to my guy, Coach K. He's in the building.
Let's go, Coach K.
Let's go, Coach.
Let's go.
So shout out to 2J. He said those SUVs help funnel a lot of projects. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, maybe it's a necessary evil. You know what I mean?
But why are they popular though? Like, I haven't heard like the draw to them though.
What do you mean?
Like again, how come they populated the street so much? Like
because the girls can drive them. Did I say that?
You did say that.
I said that.
Damn.
I said it. It is what it is. I got to keep it a buck. The first time I ever saw a convertible Chevy Corvette automatic, I knew it didn't belong to a man.
Why you say that?
Because a woman came out and hopped in the car. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know. Listen. I'm not talking about the Danica Patricks.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about all of those that really will. You know who you are. Yeah. And there's a couple that we give respect, but at the end of the day, there's some that don't even care too much of it other than the exterior color. And if they could get a color of lipstick to match it, it is what it is.
Damn.
Sorry.
You went there. That's it. I mean, I hear you.
Foot in the dirt.
That's it, son.
Planting my foot in the ground. But then again, like I said, there's probably some women that could drive circles around me.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So. Shout out to Clarence. He said it's called soccer moms. That's what I'm talking about, man.
But yo, that's what the minivans are there for. Come on.
Minivans are gone, son. Minivans are gone. Son.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Is like, I don't know. Like you had the purpose-built minivans.
Purpose-built.
Right? You had the purpose-built purpose-built joints, right?
Purpose.
You had the purpose-built wagons.
Yes.
I love me the wagons.
She's right? Talking crazy.
Y'all.
He love wagons.
You had the purpose-built sedans.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you had enough things to accommodate these type of people.
Yes. Why come out with the SUV?
Why? The sports utility vehicle.
Well, let's look into it a little bit. If we look into the history of the sport utility vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. At one point, you had dad that probably wanted something with a little bit more power. He probably had a family. He was like, yo, you know what, man? I wanted something a little more power. What'd he do? He went out and got the station wagon with the V8. We talking about like the 1960s, whatever, right? We all saw the wood grain station wagon that had the wild drag slips on the back.
The
wagon.
Let's go.
I love wagons.
Factory.
But at the end of the day, families got bigger. People got bigger. Safety regulations. I mean, I don't know about y'all. But, yo, when I was a kid, they tell you, yo, you can either sit in the back seat or you can climb in the back. You be climbing in the back, rolling around. They be stopping at sliding into the back seat. Crazy.
Ooh.
Boy, that was a little reckless.
That was wild.
But at the end of the day, the station wagon died down. And I feel like it's always when we finally accept it. But there was a point where the wagon was unheard of. Nah, I don't go until they started making sport wagons. AMG wagons.
Yeah, S wagons.
S wagons.
Factory from Audi. They was doing something with those.
So all of this brings us back to what I was saying before. How would you rate your driving skill?
Mm-hmm.
Can your driving skill translate into these things? How good are you? Or how good do you think you are? I'll tell you what, after going to the mountains, that'll tell you a couple things about the way you drive.
For sure.
And can you drive? So shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We're going to dive deep today. You already know what it is, man. Don't forget, share it, like it, subscribe it. You already know what it is, man. It's the bearded one here.
S.I Shawn, baby. Let's go.
And we in the building, man, early. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. About to jump right into the show. I know y'all was waiting for the recap last week. It was definitely interesting. We had a couple things going on. So with that being said, before we jump right in, I want to give a shout out to the team. Shout to Bars and Hoops Radio. You already know what it is, man. You know where to find us. If you can't find us live on Facebook, YouTube, you already know where to find us. You can find us on Bars and Hoops, 12 noon Saturdays, every Saturday.
Let's go.
www.barsandhoopsradio.com. You can find us there. You can also find us on YouTube at GutterballRally, Facebook at GutterballRally. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, share. You already know what it is. Share it out to your people because we're about to go in, man. If you know any of those female drivers out there, have them call in, man. Numbers 516-206-0711. 11. I can't front. There's a couple female owned cars that I do follow.
Okay.
Pink CRX Princess.
Yeah.
She been doing a lot of work to her car.
Minivan, SUV?
Nah, CRX.
Okay.
Then you have Layla with the Mustang.
Maki?
No.
Okay.
Stupid.
I'm just trying to figure this one out. Yeah.
Nah, she's actually doing wild work to her
So
car.
she's an
avid mechanic,
enthusiast,
drag racer.
Okay.
Yeah. Manual. Let's go. Like no, put me behind the steering wheel and just watch me dump the gas. Now she's really a driver. I'll give it to her. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, you have your couple, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I hate to say it.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Man, I just want to shout out to everybody doing their thing out there, man. High horsepower SUVs is just not it. We need to stop that. We need to stop acting like that's cool. Secondly, I'm drawing the line in the sand. On top of that, man, keep it cool out there, man. It's real hot out there, yo.
Early.
And not for nothing, tell a friend that's two guys out here in the automotive world trying to spread the word. Let's go.
Let's go. Out here, don't forget, man, spread the word a little bit. With that being said, shout out to those who came out last night. Shout out to everybody who rocks with us. Shout out to those who rock with Rally Radio. Shout out to Jessica Grandy. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to Dr. Phil.
Let's go.
Coach K. You already know what it is. But with that being said, here we go. Now, if you tuned in last week, we got a little bit of a recap for you. It was definitely a good show last week. Talked about a couple things.
Yes, sir.
What you got for them? We got anything you want to refresh with them before we move forward?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. What we got?
Man, this is a crazy one right here. Charging cables have now caught the eyes of the thieves. Son, that's ridiculous, B. How much of these charging cables you think going for in the street?
At least, at least 350.
Damn, son.
400. And then come to find out they was taking them for the copper inside.
Yeah.
See, that's a different ball game now.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know if anybody's seen this, not to get sidetracked, but you know that bridge that's in LA that they just built? If you ever seen Biker Boys, they raced across that bridge. Yo, do you know that the people in that neighborhood, who knows who it is? Maybe whoever it is, they're thieving the copper out of that bridge, and now that bridge is completely dark. Yo,
really?
They went into the bridge and stole all the copper in the lighting. The bridge is completely dark. If you look at it from a helicopter, they showed it from a helicopter. You can't go across the bridge at night now. Said the bridge cost millions. Who knows what cats got off the copper, but it's crazy out.
Yo, that's ridiculous, huh?
To book copper. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. I must say, that's definitely wild. You know, nothing I was thinking too?
What's that?
With this whole EV thing? I don't know about you, but I remember, right? Let's say when you driving, right? Your car, you know, the gas cars makes a certain noise,
yes,
right?
Sir.
And you pull into your driveway and your people know you back.
Yes.
People don't like that feeling. Like you drive with your little EV, quiet as hell. Nobody gets excited you're home because they can't hear you. They don't know where you at.
You just pop up on them.
You just pop up.
Mystery,
right? But with the gas engine cars, I know I probably got a little soundtrack, but I was just thinking like it's certain little nuances like that are cool about them. Like you on your bike, oh man, oh such and such is here. I hear them. Next thing you know, you and the
kids excited.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. But
I will say this. First off, shout to my guy, Dolph Spalding. He's in the building early. Let's go. Returning viewer. That's what I like, man. Shout to my guy, Dolph Spalding. So I will say this, however, right?
Yeah.
When it comes down to the copper wires, we did talk about the charging cables. You remember the Benzie boxes? We put it to that. Remember that?
Yep.
We put it to the Benzie boxes, like how they was taking the radio faces and all of that crazy. Told y'all about the time they booked the radio face out of my 626. I was so mad because I had the face with me, man. You can't do nothing with the radio. And I went through there for 3 days after that on my motorcycle. Like if I see this,
damn, son.
I'm just listen. I ain't even going to commit no vehicular treason or treason to myself and say what I was doing to them. You know what I mean? But what else you got for them, kid?
That's crazy. They went through the window to get that?
Yo, believe it or not, broke my window by kicking a wild. Broke my window, popped my trunk, stole the excess change I had in the ashtray. You know I don't smoke. I used to keep quarters and stuff like that, and then stole all of that. Went in the back, stole my leather jacket, and stole my I had a 12-inch kicker back there. Stole that too. Y'all was so mad, son. I can't. And then on the way out, he must have got mad that it was a 626 and just kicked a wild dent in the front fender, son.
So he probably had a grudge against those.
He wowed on the car. That's why I said I sold it. I sold it to this girl, and then her peoples wanted to fight me because you sold it to her. It was a lemon. I said I told her the water pump was bad and brought her a brand new one.
Yeah.
They see me at a party like I was like, whatever y'all want to do. Man.
Yo, that's crazy.
They was like, yo, son, that's my cousin, B. Remember how he said it? Yeah. He said, Eileen is my cousin, partner.
That was funny. Damn. Son.
But it is what it is, man. Shout to everybody who's there paying attention. Shout to Coach K. He said he just saw a Tesla truck. Then you, my friend, need to have your eyes rubbed with holy water.
That's a fact.
Ridiculous. What else you got for him?
Another one from last week, though, man. The Nissan GTR R35.
Oh,
that's it, man. That's it, y'all. Get them while they hot. It's done. No more. But they are leaving us with 2 special editions, though.
Let's go.
The Takumi T-Spec.
Sick color, too. What's the color? Midnight purple?
That one is midnight purple.
Woo!
And then you get the Millennium Jade. That's the one, though. With the bronze freaking raised wheels on it. Reckless, son. But yeah, man, it's you know what? It's okay though. The GTR had its time. It did its thing, son.
Can we get a moment of silence for the GTR? I gotta say this though. Shout out to my guy Will.
Let's go.
My guy Will, red GTR, rated R GTR. Yo, Will had that GTR the first when they first came out. And I remember thinking to myself, like, damn, he had an STI before that. And not for nothing, it was super built, right? Shout to my guy Draco. He's in the building early, too. You already know what it is. Shout to Draco. My man Will. And we can see if we can get him up on the show because he's done massive work to that car system.
Really?
Yes. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I think that car at that time, it was about, I think it was about 80,000 when they first came
70,
out. 70,
like
80,000. And he was the only one that I had ever seen.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, it was crazy. Shout to my guy Shy, he's in the building.
Let's go.
Early. And I remember seeing him like doing the work and running somebody. I remember he ran an M5.
Yeah.
Yo, gave the M5, what for? Man. And that's when I was like, ooh. Like, we all see the GTR. We've seen the R33, R32, R34. We've never seen them here in the States. But it's when you see, like when we saw the R35, a lot of people wasn't moving because it was auto. It was, with the dual clutch, right? But yo, car was fast. So I can only imagine how
It is.
fast it has gotten since then.
It
Shout out
is,
to everybody
it
who's
is.
tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is. What else you got for him, kid? What else you got for recap?
Another one from last week. It's my favorite one.
Let's go.
It was the understeer.
The understeer.
The understeer. This guy had built or put this Buick Grand National back together
Oh, for 150.
for 150. This is out in Boston.
Yes, sir.
Somebody stole it. Son. Crashed it up into 20 cars at least.
Oh my God.
How you put 150 bands into that? Security's not on deck.
See,
I don't get it.
that's my
I don't
problem.
get it. His dream car. This was his dream whip. He finally got it where he wanted it to go. He let it be stolen.
And I know what cats are saying, right? They're like, oh, how could you say that? But yo, if I spent 150K on a car, you don't think 5,000 of that should go to security?
At least.
5.
You don't even got it. You don't even got to do 10%.
No, you don't.
You don't even got to do 10%.
But and that's for everybody that's out here. We already talked about that, how theft is a cancer of the car community.
Absolutely. Son.
And I think that's like you worried about the tuner. First off, you worried about the dealer when you go get the car, right? Then you worried about did they sell you a lemon. Right now, you worried about the mechanic or whoever you got putting your parts on, unless you're doing it yourself.
You got to worry about yourself sometimes.
Yeah, because I can't front my my pen fell down while I was driving.
Yeah.
Me and S.I Shawn, we on the highway, we tipping 100, and all I hear is
Allegedly. It was crazy.
I said, yo, what's that? I look under there, the pan, the pan that we have under there, when you change the screw backed out and fell out and all of that crazy. And I had nobody to blame but myself because I changed the oil. So it was my fault. I was mad at myself. But in the meantime, after you worry about that, you got to worry about police pulling you over. You got to worry about the tuner. Hopefully you don't tune your car to detonate. And then after all of that, you got to worry about thievery.
When you put it like that, son, there's no break.
There's no break, son.
There's no break with this whole car thing, bike thing. It's like
no.
You getting your parts, ain't worth somebody taking your parts, trying to BS you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, let's say you go to the body shop, you worry about them stealing the car.
Come on,
yo, son, somebody stole your car. What do you mean?
Yo, I had it outside.
What?
What you think I'm paying you for? And then they look at you, just call your insurance, call my insurance company. Now, I'm gonna need you to call the coroner, bro.
He said, I'm gonna need you to call the coroner.
It's going down.
I'm telling you, man, you ain't lying, no better one. It's no break with the whips.
There's no break. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is, man. Shout to y'all. Don't forget, drop a like, drop a comment so we can shout you out. Fact. You already know where to find us. Saturdays, 12 noon. So with that being said, man, it's like 150,000 on the car.
1987 Buick Grand National.
Woo!
Turbo.
The gold. That's gold, bro. What else you got for him?
That was it for the recap, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that right there, because I just had to end it with that understeer because that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts. 150 into that?
Yeah. Shout out to S.I Shawn
man.
On the
Let's go.
You already know what it is, man. With that being said, we're gonna jump right into the show. Here we go, y'all. Hope y'all ready, because we are here.
Weekly Specs. Auto news for all the listeners, only on Rally Radio.
All right, you already know what it is, man. It's the bearded one here. We got some stuff we want to talk about first.
Yes,
before we get into it, don't forget, in the meantime, how would you rate your driving skill? We want to know. How would you rate your driving skill? Are you better than you think you are? Or do you think you're better than what you really are? Ooh. Got a lot of cats out here that think they know how to wheel. How you say climbing the ring with the elite because you think you box?
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And let me tell you, just being up in the mountains, man, I realized a couple things.
Yeah.
One, I got to stop treating my car like a prima donna.
He's funny for that.
I was like, yo, it's pretty dirty out here. You sure you want me? I could drive it, but it's gonna get dirty. You're gonna chip the paint.
Man. So you're gonna chip the wheels, something.
Son, I was out there looking around. Shout to Draco. He said, I'm so. Now that I'm older, I'm too cautious. Very interesting right there. The older you get, the more cautious you get behind the wheel. You in MotoGP, they say you have a wife, you lose a second.
Yeah.
You have a kid, you lose another second on your lap. You have 2 kids, you lose 5 seconds. He said.
So you trying to tell me that cautious becoming older or getting a little older, that slows you down? Like you got to be so in order to be a good driver, you got to be dangerous. That's what it sounds like.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. Why you got to be dangerous?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Ask you a real question.
Sure.
15 mile an hour, Dragon's Tail. How fast was you going?
I was trying to go the maximum I could go on it. Honestly.
He didn't say no number though.
Honestly,
you see what I'm saying?
Honestly. So my thing is though, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't think you have to be dangerous to be a good driver. That doesn't even doesn't make sense to me.
I think driving is gonna equate to you taking chances. I think that either your chances could be just as calculated, but they are chances.
Sure.
Think about it. Like a lot of times let's say for instance, right? If you're on the track and you're going into a turn, and I can only speak of this because of Gran Turismo stuff.
Okay.
Dr. Phil gonna be taking us out on the track. Don't forget.
Factory.
We're gonna be going out there with him. That's gonna be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Shout to Dr. Phil. But in the meantime, right? I find myself like you'll have a turn, and let's say you're not 100% sure how to take it the first time.
Yeah,
you want to slow down.
Sure,
you're gonna be cautious.
Sure,
you're gonna go through it the second time. A little bit more power. Third, fourth, fifth time, you're gonna start figuring out what you can do, right?
Yeah, agreed.
But when you figure that out and you know you could throttle through it, right? Now you think, as an older man, we start thinking about the things that could go wrong. We're younger, I didn't think about that. Younger, it didn't even cross my mind.
Maybe that's a problem.
What you mean?
That you never was thinking about, or the person never was ever thinking about. Yo, it could possibly go this way. I mean, if you going into this turn with confidence. You ain't thinking about what's gonna go wrong because you got enough confidence to be like, you know what, I'm about to just go through the sweeper like I normally do at 120 or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Next thing you know, you're a little too overconfident. What happens when you overconfident?
See, that's the problem though. It's a thin line. It's a thin line. So I don't think climbing up in age, slows you down per se. I think you become scared. Let's forget about cautious. You just scared at this point. I think I think that's a natural human occurrence. You just become scared as the older you get.
They talking crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's a fact. I think that's a whole fact right there. You become scared.
Yo, shout to Jessica Grandy.
Let's go.
Shout to Jessica Grandy. What's good?
If you scared, don't even get behind the wheel. You good.
Talking spicy.
They got buses. They got cabs. You good.
Oh, he is talking. Yo.
I'm just talking in general, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Put your gun on safety.
Put it on safety, back in the safe. You good, baby. Don't worry about it. I'll walk you through this.
Yo, I got you, fam. Wow. With that being said,
let's go.
Draco said it's not really about danger. It's more of the risks hit different when you're older, when you have more responsibilities. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. But risk and responsibility go hand in hand, though.
Risk and responsibility go hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand.
You must elaborate. Look, I'm like this. No.
Because you know what? You always there's always a level of responsibility somewhere that you have to do somewhere in your life. Then there's also a level of risk right there on the side of it, though.
Oh.
It's just who you're gonna give more attention to. So again, if you just scared, just chill.
Wow.
That's it, because they always gonna be there. It's always gonna be. There's no way around it. There's no way around that.
This is the most I've ever heard him. The spiciest of the he is sprinkling the cayenne pepper on all of that. Shout to Dave. Shout to First Stop to the Next Stop Sports Talk Show for tuning in. Don't forget you can find them Mondays, 4:30 p.m. only on Bars and Hoops Radio. Download the app if you can. Shout to Jessica Grandy. She said, but what advice do you have for somebody that's scared to get on the road? What's the first thing you do as you get into the vehicle? That is very interesting because being scared to get on the road is a different thing. The only way you get overcome fear is by doing. And if you got to have somebody in the car with you the first couple times, then do that.
Factor.
Ultimately, there are a lot of different factors when you're driving, but some of that stuff you gotta forget. I'll say this.
Yeah.
When I first started driving, I had no fear of the road, no fear, nothing, police, nothing.
Okay.
About 8 tickets later, I was like, bruh.
8 tickets later, 4 court visits.
Bruh.
$1,000 gone.
Yo, they was like
this.
They said, yo, we got this new thing called driver's responsibility. I
That's
said, what's that?
reckless.
They said, yo, you're gonna pay over 6 points. You pay $25 per point.
Mm-hmm.
They like, sir, you owe us $250.
Sheesh.
So I had to pay $250 a year to keep my license, kid.
Man.
I was consistently walking away with 11-point tickets.
You said consistently.
Son, I got like 95 and a 50, 105 and a 50. The 105 was inflated though early.
It was inflated. Yeah, right.
It was
inflated. What was your choice of vehicle at this time?
It was my Suzuki GSX.
So yeah, you're right. It was inflated. He probably did you a favor right there. It probably was really like 120.
Yo, and you want to laugh? I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that. That's what I'm saying. First, let me answer Jessica's question. I'll say this. The thing is, don't be afraid of what you cannot control.
That's a fact.
In other words, right? If a person runs a red light, there's nothing you could do about that. The only thing you could do is be watchful.
Mm-hmm.
I realized the longer I started to drive, the more I started seeing things from here to here.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, and I don't even know when.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like scanning everything all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I could attribute that to high speed driving because I believe
that turns your attention up.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. 100%.
Oh yeah, and I say that ultimately when it comes down to a lot of that driving, you cannot be afraid of what you can't control. Control you.
Yeah, that's the best you got.
Control you. Don't be afraid of what you do because now you just out of it.
Yeah, it's game time.
Just control you. If somebody runs a red light, if somebody loses control of their car, they crash into you or something like that, it is what it is. Mitigate. You got to be able to mitigate it though. Like I feel like there's telltale signs that somebody's going to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I buy into it. When I'm in my Type R, when I'm on my bike, I've learned how to look for the signs of an idiot behind the wheel.
For sure.
And if you want to know a couple, lane drifting. Oh, he's stupid. Right?
He said, oh, he's the one.
Shout to
That's a fact.
Draco. He said, when you're young, you don't care about the next driver's skills. I can power out of it, but when you're older, you don't trust the street. Wow. Shout to Mark Camp before he said, after my youthful recklessness days in a real drive car, it took me a while to feel comfortable driving in the rain under normal conditions. Kept having flashbacks. Listen. And Shelter Phil, he said, in general, the older you get, the less chance you tend to take behind the wheel because of the various experiences. So Phil is attesting it to experience. Like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. I will say this, man. Like, as many times I had been driving, I had so many different run-ins, so many different things that year. And even when I'm driving on the road and I'm looking for police, it's like I only know they only sit in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why them wide open areas, I don't like them.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like them because I know that, okay, there's a bush up there. Oh, we going up a hill. Oh, yeah, there's a good chance he's sitting on the other side. There's a good chance he's in the hill. I try to stay away from that. That's why the radar detector got to be on blast. And that's another thing we're going to talk about. But in the meantime, how would you rate your driving skill, bro?
I think they pretty all right. You know, I could still use some work. Absolutely. It's never enough. You know, you can never like hit the plateau of wheeling. I feel like it's always something to learn, always something new to do. You know, always different experiences ahead of you, or whatever like that. But you know, personally, my favorite type of driving is actually in the rain. Reason being because you approach the limits a lot faster. You know what I'm saying?
Turn in the rain. I can't believe the joy it brings me.
He's a fool. That's funny. But even when we was on our way to Canada, when we went to the Import Fest, that was crazy. That was crazy right there.
Okay, I tell a story every trip.
Yeah.
I drove the Infinity. Shout to Grace.
Let's go.
And Shawn drove the Shelby GT5.
Yeah. Yes.
Convertible too.
Ooh, drop.
And I had a radar detector then. Shout to Shy. He let me borrow the Valentine one. And you know, we was using it. And me and Shawn, we driving, man, we on our way back.
Yeah.
And the road is empty. And you know, I know Shawn's car is faster than mine at that point.
Yeah.
But you know, we driving and then about 85. Well, we ain't gonna get too far into that. But
yeah.
The radar detector start going on. So I start slowing it down. And I'm flashing the lights for Shawn to slow down. And it kept going. I was like, oh, and we going up over a hill.
Absolutely.
We go over the hill. You got the SUV or the truck right here.
He was just right there. I was like, he's right there. What are you gonna do? I'm already moving at this pace. Cause I know, like, you know, again, it's not about me being young or whatever the case is. I weighed the options. I was like, if I stop, this Shelby and me is gone. I'm not going through that. I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, I'm going for mine.
Yo, you want?
It wasn't a lot of traffic.
It was none.
So people, you know, I wasn't trying to harm anybody for that. You know, I was by myself. 6 gears, supercharged. I'm going for broke, and that's what it was at the time.
Went for broke.
The fact.
The guy, he never even came out.
Yo, he didn't even bother.
I said he must have been asleep. He was
he was asleep or something. Like something was off, but he didn't even bother. He didn't even bother, man. I just kept going. I was like,
he was like,
it is what it is.
He was like, what's the name from Dukes of Hazzard? Like sleep with the radar gun on. Like, what was that? Yo, it was crazy. But it worked
for sure.
I was
for sure.
But at the end of the day, man, it's like the driving skill is crazy. Shout out to Phil. He said a radar detector saved me 3 times last night. Woo.
Let's go. The radar detector is essential for real.
First off, wait. Shout out to Dr. Phil for getting some lights installed.
I seen that. It's looking good. Looking good. Yeah. Definitely looking good.
I like that, man. I like that. But with that being said, man, rating your driving skill, and a lot of guys will be like, yo, you know, I know how to wheel, and but I'm gonna tell you, man, yo, you could tell me how well you wheel by the type of dangerous situations you've been in that you came out of. That tells me everything about how you drive.
I agree 100%.
Because at the end of the day, that is what really like how did you get out of it?
Yeah, I agree. Like, so in these situations, did you do these? Did you I would say, did you bring on these situations, or it just happened out of like nowhere kind of deal? Like,
I can't. For some of them situations, I brought on myself.
See,
most of them.
Mine's I haven't. Always was somebody else doing something silly, and I had to get on my my Mario and ready.
Stupid. So I had a situation in particular with the CRX, and this is what I mean why I love that CRX. Is because when I was driving it, it taught me it was about as pure as you could get. It was no power steering. It's no anti-lock brakes.
Yeah.
There was none of that. It was straight up manual, no power steering, no power brakes, none of that. Even had drum brakes in the rear.
Let's go.
Crazy. But I will say one time I was driving the car, I was motoring. I was coming up 120. This, you know, flying with the car. Just had the B16 installed. It was
So he upped the power and forgot he had drums on the back still.
Yo, car ran the red light, right? And he ran it in front of me. So I hit the brake.
Yeah.
And when I hit the brake, it's like I didn't even hit the brake hard. I tapped it, and it locked. And mind you, what I learned is what I didn't know then, or I didn't think I knew it, but it just never happened to me, is that the front wheels do everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what you got to keep in mind with front wheel drive cars, right? Yeah. See that bubble right there?
Yeah, that's wild.
So they power, they turn, and they brake.
All that stuff.
So front wheel drive cars to me is like, whoa, you got to be careful. Rear wheel drive too, obviously, but the front wheel drive cars do everything. And I'm telling you, I locked up and I'm going towards this car. No matter I'm turning the wheel, it did not do anything. You know what? You know, really, really kind of like pulled me out of it.
What's that?
A downshift. It pulled me out of it. And I was like, look at this. So I learned a lot of different things, techniques, like how to like control my driving on the road.
Yeah.
One thing in particular I learned like a lot, like You could be going the same speed, but you can be in a different gear and
Sure.
actually save yourself. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention.
Let's
Don't
go.
forget, drop your name, drop a comment so we can shout you out. There's a couple times where, let's say I'm going from second to third, I'm moving, right? I'm in the high RPMs in third.
Yeah.
Right? I will go to fourth just to slow down the revolutions and then like to break and slow myself down.
Yeah.
Like it was so many different like little tricks. And then I started noticing other people doing other things. Like you could tell if somebody was driving manual because you would see them slow down and no brake lights.
You know what's funny? You're right. So the other week where I'm driving on my way here, and this guy, right? He was in this nasty 91 NSX, right? All black, clean, clean, right? Obviously, I know what the car is, so I know it's manual or whatever, right? Cool. So keep in mind, we going at highway speeds.
Yes.
And I never seen the brake lights.
Yeah.
Never. Like, I'm talking about the whole entire time he was driving. I obviously was, geeking over the car, so I was behind it. Whatever. I never seen the brake lights. I started to think the brake lights is out because I'm like, yo, the car is slowing down dramatically. Yeah. Then I'm like, oh, he's more or less engine braking. He's rev matching. He's doing all kind of stuff in there. I'm like, damn, man, that shit is cool.
Yeah,
but you're right though. It's a little like with a manual car, you have a couple different ways to situate or mitigate a situation every single time.
Yes.
So that's why I kind of really like him too. On top of that,
shout out to Clarence. He said that Canada trip was great. You already know what it is. Dr. Phil said, and shout to the cool Massapequa police officer we saw last night at River Road. He knew why we were out there and he was cool about it. Telling you, kid, long as you don't listen, I be telling you, you better walk it off. If something happened, you better walk it off. Shout to Draco. He said CRX. He said, Biddy, you treating that old girl like a Tyler Perry movie. That's crazy. Damn. I gotta keep in mind. I gotta remind y'all though. It's not the same CRX. Yeah. I miss old Red. Red. That was her name was Red Dead 88. That was my. I miss my baby. You know what's funny? I went looking through the titles the other day because now they making me register my motorcycle all over again. Damn. The crazy way. But I went looking through the titles. You know, I still have the titles of that red car. Damn. Oh, that hurt. I said I'm gonna frame it, and I got the keys still too. So I said I'm gonna frame it and put the keys in it. No, you don't. Miss that car, man. No, you don't. Miss that car. It's not the same CRX. Shout to my guy Miller Tom NYC. He's in the building early. That's crazy. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, man. In the meantime, don't forget, drop it in the comments below. How would you rate your driving skill? I'm telling you, you know what's wild for me? Like when it comes to driving or even riding a bike. Yes. So I guess you get a little, I don't want to say cautious. Like I'm looking to always learn, right? So I look for certain situations to see how I'm gonna handle it. Yes. Because it's like with fighting. You think you can fight until you get into a fight. Everything changes, right? Someone punch you in your face. It's what I'm saying. It changes now. You're like, oh snap, this is crazy. So just like with driving, exactly. Just like you driving or you riding a bike. Let's go. You think you can ride or drive until you get in a situation. You're like scratching your head. You nervous. You scared. You peeing. Doing all kind of stuff. Little pee-pee. Couple drips, right? So, I mean, when I had the Supra, I mean, I copped the car. I forgot when I copped the car. I just know it started snowing a couple weeks later. Mind you, still had the drag radials on the back. Yes. And I'm like, dang, man, it's crazy now. Yes. So keep in mind, those tires have zero grip when it's cold and when it's snowy or whatever like that. Yes. And one day I'm at school and it started snowing. I said, dang, son, I gotta get the car home. I gotta get home. Yeah. Man, did that test my wheel that night? That tested my wheels. I'm like, so it's certain things I look forward to because I want to see how I'm gonna react to it. And I could test that to my ability to know how to wheel a little bit. I tell you what, ride my motorcycle going from Myrtle Beach to I-20 Columbia, South Carolina, and I took this back road called the 378. I'm telling you, the crazy thing is you run into a lot of different things in the back roads. Ran into that's the time I took that motorcycle to a fuel cut. Man, I took a 6-gear fuel cut. That was crazy. Yeah, I can imagine. And that's when I realized it's not about how fast you get up there, how fast you come down, but it's how fast you bring that speed back down. That's the dangerous part. Because now slowing it down is crazy. You do something wrong, you get down too heavy. Next to you wig off the bike. I say that. And I also got caught in a wild 5-minute rainstorm. If you ever been anywhere in the South,
Mhm.
you know they get these rainstorms that come out of nowhere. This clouds be purple and all that. And then they go away and it looked like nothing, like it never rained. I caught in one of those. Riding, that was crazy. And let me tell you, you rather ride in a torrential downpour than you rather the
sprinkling,
little misty rain and all of that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Draco. He said, but for real, it's hot today. Do something on the CRX. Open the garage and stare at it. These guys are hilarious.
He said, open the garage and look at it.
I'm telling you, it's very hard to do when you have a Type R that's like this.
Oh, man.
Type R, look, you be like this. I'm going to do this, and the Type R be like, you going to do what?
You gonna do what?
You going to put this new
charge pipe on?
Yeah, man.
But you know what though? The CRX, I feel like the CRX for you should be like, you want to see it. How would it do up against the Type R? I would think. I think
that's a very good question.
I think that'd be cool.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of more motivation. Like, you know what? Drop this in there and see how, see if it gives me a different feel. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 2 different cars though.
But I will tell you, this swap is not cheap. That's probably the biggest part. Like, okay, if I didn't get the Type R, but I have it now. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not cheap.
Nah, kid, I already know.
It's not cheap by a long shot. So it's not just and that's why I said I should have went with the B series instead of going with the K series. But
I don't know. I don't think he was aiming too high. Not even close.
Nah, not at all. But I think the Type R K20 is like, that. And then the other little things that I'm doing. But that's neither here nor there, man. We're gonna be rating your driving skills. Shout out to Drake. Oh, he said Type R is like the side piece, making you a plate at work. Oh boy.
That's mad funny and way too accurate. That was a good one. That was a good one, son.
Draco about to get everybody assassinated.
Yo, Draco's wild for that.
I'll be sitting here like this. What happened to Pop? Assassinated. But with that being said, we got so much more show for y'all. Like I said, drop it in the comments below. How would you rate your driving skill?
Yeah.
And what have you been through that makes your driving skill to you good?
You know, I got another one. Remember when I had that DX Civic Coupe, the green one?
Yes.
Right, cool. That car had on BF Goodrich tires.
Yes.
All right. So you know when you're going up Franny Lou, right? Going straight up to Franny Lou, and it's turning into like what is that when you go all the way down? It's turning to like Horace Harding and all that.
Yes.
Right. So I'm coming down there a little fast. I'm not gonna front, coming down there a little fast, son. And this car, he just switched the lane. He switched the lane out of nowhere, son. Come on, I'm watching, I'm paying attention, I'm doing my thing. Switched the lane out of nowhere. I say, yo, Shawn, how are we gonna get out of here? Man, next you know, dropped the gear, went down. So the engine braking is on crazy, right? Car RPMs is real high, right? Man just switched the lane, drop another gear, hit the brakes, and I managed to escape him. But it happened pretty fast. It happened really fast. And keep in mind, I slid on gravel. So it wasn't like just good pavement. It was gravel too. Managed to get the car to stop. I was like, oh man, not bad, right? Oof. It's because I didn't really panic. Like, I try my best not to panic because, you know, that's when you really mess up, when you start like.
You panic later.
Yeah, right?
Like that after the fact. I was like, oh, shit.
So got the car to stop. And then some other random driver looked at me like, yo, good job. I was like, yo, I know, because this is about to be ugly. He's like, yo, I didn't think he was going to get this thing to stop. I said, yo, listen.
Boy.
He's looking at Mario Andretti. Chill.
Yo.
But yeah, so that situation happened. I was like, wow. I was like, sheesh.
I'll give you one.
That's crazy.
I had the CRX then. The red CRX then, right? And I'm driving it. I had just had the suspension redone. I went with the Tokiko Blues and H&R Springs.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Nah, that's a nice setup, though.
Right?
It's not a bad setup.
H&R, nothing crazy. Shout to Clarence. He was with me. We flying down the belt. I wouldn't say we flying. We doing, regular speed. We doing what we got to do, right?
Allegedly,
right? And as we going down the road, I noticed all the brake lights. I'm like, all right, we coming to a stop. And I'm in the lane. I'm in the far right lane. And I'm noticing one with white lights. He's backing up the highway. He's backing up the highway. So And he's backing up fast because he's trying to get to the exit so he could get off and leave. Yo, me and Clarence is in the car. I just happened to really see it. I freaking yanked the wheel over here, flew over to the left lane. And the way that the car just
squatted, went over.
Went over and like no give. I was like, oh, and that's when I was a true believer in suspension. You don't have to have full coilovers to really get out there and do something.
No, you don't. Nothing like a good shock and a good spring. Whoo, do wonders.
And let me tell you, them H&R springs and them Tokiko blues. Yeah. That was bottom, not bottom basement, but altogether, it probably cost him like $350, $400.
Nice
for everything, right?
Yeah.
I had the bump stops replaced, the bushings at the top, and took the car out. I had new wheels. I had
new wheels and tires.
Yeah, I had new wheels and tires. Let me tell you, that made more of a difference. I did have the B16 in it though, but I will say we was moving.
Yeah.
Whoop. Car went over to I went from first to third. Car got over to the third lane. Skirt. Sat. I was able to gear it down and hit the brake, but everybody was like, the people behind me saw it. Everybody saw it.
This is what I'm saying.
Shout to Mark. He said big facts on suspension setters make a huge difference. It do.
I think, you know what? Also to contribute to, driving, absolutely. Your suspension game got to be right. Your tires got to be right. I feel like those are very important, son. Very important.
Yeah.
100% very important, son.
Hell yeah. Shout to Draco. He said, put up the number. I don't know. I don't want to put up the number. Nobody can hear y'all.
That's a fact.
We still having problems with the phone. But we'll try. In the meantime, I will say this, man. The best money I've ever spent on any car was suspension. The best money you could ever spend. And that's why I say, like, even little things like that, like, it does increase your chances, but you got to know what you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
You can't be out here with bald tires and old suspension talking about, yo, I'm wheeling.
No,
come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. And people doing it.
But you know what, though? It also contributes to your vehicle, though. Like, if you guys, we talked about this early in the show.
Yes.
A lot of performance upgrades are for safety when you think about it. Better tires, better brakes, better suspension.
Yeah.
That's contribute to safety. Light, the car's lighter now a little bit. So a lot of little things contribute to that. And like, let's say you got a decent platform. Again, that DX Civic I had wasn't a performance platform, but in reality, it had good tires on there. Suspension was good. And it was a light car.
So it shows you what those little things can do.
Seriously. You know what I'm saying? What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because we all did it. We all did it. Shout to Mark Camp before he said bald tires are a big part of my rainy driving PTSD. But yo, son, we all did it. Yo, I'm gonna just put these wheels on. Who cares where the tires came from? Yo, we all did it. Shout to Draco. He said, I'm guilty too. Yo, we all did it, kid.
I can't say I'm guilty of that one, son.
I'm guilty.
I can't because one thing, I don't know how I even like learned that, but I was like, yo, tires are very important. So like, that's why I like for the DX, right? I'm like, yo, it had some BF Goodriches on it, had good tires.
Right.
So I was like, hold on. So even from when I had the Integra and stuff like that, I was like, yo, tires is important, B. Tires are very important.
I can't front, man. Shout to Draco. He said back when the Brooklyn Bridge had the metal rivets, I was doing 80 in the rain on Kojak. Oh boy. And you know when you go across the bridge, it's like boom, 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 boom. That's crazy. We all had those moments. And I'm gonna tell you that like I said, it makes your drivers good. It does. It does. Sometimes you have to induce a situation to learn how to get out of it.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. When I was watching Biker Boys, this is what I was telling you about the other day. The guy who smoke is fashioned after, that motorcycle rider, told Lawrence Fishburne what he used to, because he was considered the king of Cali. He was when it came to drag racing. He said, but the thing is, the bike had a lot of power. He said, so what I would do is I would ride the motorcycle in the rain. And he was like, why would you do that? He said, because I need this thing to lose control so I know what to do when it's dry. If that's not chasing the white rabbit, I don't know what is. See, I gotta give him this prop.
No, that's ill. Like, and again, I contribute that to me just practicing on it the way I do. Because I need to just know what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like in all sorts of situations. Like that's why I like, again, going in the rain. to see what's going on. What
Right.
happens? People always say, "Oh man, can't go in the rain. It's scary. You're gonna, you know." So I'm like, you blowing smoke, whatever. So I'll go try it to see what's going on. So I contribute that to my also skills of becoming champion one day.
Yeah, with that being said, man, shout out to Drake. He said I was lucky. He said I was lucky they had the same brand on. It was whatever the flat fix had. That I'm telling you, son, I threw 2 and 3 different brands on the car at one time. Son.
That's real life right there.
Yeah,
son.
boy.
That's
I
real life.
did it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to my guy Zoom for Zoom. He's in the building early. He said, "What's God? Let's see you guys at the beach in the Bahamas." Oh,
let's go.
Shout to Zoom for Zoom, man. I wish, son.
Let's go.
I'll be there in August, man.
That's
Hopefully.
fire.
Nothing
That's
crazy.
fire.
Shout out to Draco. He said, question about the movie. Should have the kid realize Smoke was letting off? Nah, I think at the end of the day, if you see the movie, Smoke races kid, and it's like Smoke kind of let him win. You know what I mean?
Nah, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He ain't let him win.
He's this guy.
He ain't let him win.
You really think he was going hard?
He was definitely going hard in the paint. He
So
ain't let
that
him win.
Hayabusa would have laid that ZX12. What, that
was a 750 Gixxer. No, and
that wasn't no 750.
yes, it
Gixxer.
was. It
What
wasn't
was
no.
750?
Wait, you talking about when he's racing Dog? Because
No,
Dog had
no,
the 12R.
No,
When he's racing Kid had a Suzuki. That was a Gixxer.
No. Kid had Dog's 12R.
You talking about the
At
drag
the
race?
end,
That was
yeah.
at the no. Wait. You talking about
end,
in the
son.
farm at the farm?
Yeah,
You right.
he
Wait.
racing
Nah, so
on
he had
Dog bike.
Oh, he did have Dog's bike.
Yeah, come on.
Nah,
son.
he ain't let him win though, because
Yes,
Dog
he
bike was
did.
about it. Nah,
Son,
he ain't let
son,
him
you
win.
seen his hand?
Nah,
Son, they showed the movie. I wish I could
Nah,
just show it
son.
in the camera. We show his hand. His hand was like,
Nah, son.
Yo,
Nah.
you wildin',
He's
son.
bugging, bro.
He's wildin'.
He
He
bugging.
he wants to believe that Kawasaki was beating that Suzuki. No,
Because you know what's funny
way.
though? To be completely honest with you though, the 12R really couldn't compete with the Booster though. It really couldn't.
The Booster was created to beat the 12 because
Yeah,
the
that's
12
fine.
was called what? The Blackbird.
No, Honda had the Blackbird.
Oh, Honda had the Blackbird.
But you're right. The 12 or the Booster was definitely created to go against the 12R until that ZX14 came to the show. Until it came to the show.
Yeah, this guy.
But anyway, yeah, I digress. However, though, that was a good run. And welcome to Rally Radio.
He is excited. Yo, I'm telling you, kid. He's this guy over here. Shout out to Phil. He said, I remember when the Manhattan Bridge used to be open in the middle. Straight time trials across there. That is
What? That sound crazy. Son.
No. The Manhattan Bridge open. They used to have the one lane, like they had all 3 lanes in the middle open because you had the train.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's a nice
crazy.
little run right there. I'm telling you, kid. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said Smoke let him win that moment. He let off at the end. I'm telling you, he let him win, son.
Nah, son.
We're gonna play the movie, man. We're gonna don't forget, we're gonna have an episode going to the movies with Rally Radio.
Fact.
We got a couple movies we have to clear some things up on.
We got to clear the air a little bit.
And that's gonna be one of them.
I tell you this much stuff. If that's the case, if Kid would have had his bike, he'd have won. Because that Suzuki was fast. That gen was fast.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro. All right,
man. You forgot that.
I don't want to go into the movie too much.
Don't go into it too much now. Don't spoil it.
1, Smoke had a Hayabusa.
Okay.
2,
Yeah.
he had a Hayabusa on juice.
True.
Kid had 1,000 with a little bit of work.
Nah, he actually.
And that ZX12 was hawking him. And he couldn't stand it. And he crashed right into him. Your son.
Nah, listen. First,
that Suzuki that was my favorite one too. Diamond headlight, 2001 to 2004.
It wasn't even the leader though. It was a 750 with wild work.
Son, okay. So it was it's a 711 or whatever we like.
Yeah, sure.
750 with 1,000 engine, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, he wanted no problem, son.
Son, I'm telling you, that bike would have washed Smoke, B. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, son. I'm telling you.
Yo, bro, do you realize that Hayabusa was unbeaten, son? That Hayabusa was unbeaten, son.
Listen, man, it's a reason why he couldn't get that bike back together before that race. They didn't want to do it.
Because wasn't they smashed it to his joint? Pause. Smashed right into his bike. Wow. He said, yo, your ride's not ready. It's my fault. He had the cop. Don't get me started, man. We're gonna play the movies here.
Yo, that's funny.
And y'all gonna go to movies with us, man. We gonna that's what we're gonna do. That's exactly what the show's gonna be about. Zoom for Zoom. We're gonna do a show on best car movies and motorcycle movies.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Biker Boys is truly one of my favorites. I Can't Front after that.
Mhm.
What year did that come out?
That was like 2002,
I think that was like
2003?
2003.
something like that, around there.
04, 05,
Nah.
around there.
No, it's like 03, 02.
03, 04. You want to know? Because after that, I bought my 05 Suzuki GSXR 750 early.
He bought it right after the flick. Like, hold on, I'll be back.
Early. I was like this. I'll be right. I went and copped one right off the dealership floor. Got the matching helmet and leather jacket.
I'll be back.
Yo, I let Ox borrow the bike. He said, yo, I want to see you over here. I said, all right, here, kid. Gave him everything.
Yeah.
He came back one time around the block. Said, he said, yo, it's fast. I'm going to try it again. Went around the block. I ain't see him for like 15, 20 minutes.
You
like
stupid.
30 minutes. What happened to him? Yo, Ox come back. He come back with the shifter, the little knob, the nipple on the shifter. Pause. He's like this.
Yeah.
He said, yo,
Come on, the shift level for
the
your foot.
shift lever. He said, yo, I'm sorry. I said, Ox, what? I looked down, man, the man then dropped my bike.
How he do that?
He said that he was turning the corner and another car was turning the corner. He panicked and throttled. You know how that go. Beep, 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 pow.
He said panicked and
Yo,
throttled.
scratched up the $450 helmet. Yo, I was so mad. Son. But I was happy that he survived.
Yeah,
I said, you good? How you feel? He said, nah, I'm good. I said, all right, now I can be mad at you. But you know what he did, though? I give Ox his props. The next day, because he scratched the stator cover, all of that. Next day, he went and picked up all of them parts and brought it to me, kid.
That was smooth.
Yeah,
that was smooth.
It was definitely cool. But with that being said, how would you rate your driving skill? Don't forget, drop it in the comments below. My God, Tony, it's good.
Let's go.
Let's go. Shout to Tony Brown, a.k.a. DJ Who You. You already know what it is. Yo, he was DJing crazy last night. Definitely a scene. I'm tell you right now, man. It was tremendous. Don't forget, Bars and Hoops Radio. Download the app. Download the app, Bars and Hoops Radio. With that being said, man, we're going to jump right into the show. We got some other things we're going to talk about.
Let's go.
Jump into some things. But we did get into the how you drive your wheels. And a lot of cats be out here thinking they wheeling. But we're going to have to talk about some guys that get caught wheeling. Check this out right here. If you get caught speeding in Austria, the government can now confiscate your vehicle and then sell it.
So they can confiscate it again? The next person who's gonna speed in it?
That's what I'm saying. What's going on with that, man? I don't know. I find that crazy hilarious.
Get an SUV.
Get into a yo, you stupid.
Telling you, son. Get an SUV. That's it.
He said get an SUV. I'll tell you this. Listen, says here, it says traffic deaths have spiked in certain places around the world in recent years. See how they ain't just talking about Austria. Austria is trying to do something about it, recently passing a law to deter super speeders. European countries tend to have stricter traffic rules, and as a result, safer roads. It's not really true, man. But at the end of the day, a new law allows the government in Austria to confiscate and even sell the vehicles of those who drive 60 kilometers per hour or 37 miles over the speed limit. What's your thoughts on that, kid? It's crazy.
First off, it bothers me because we keep forgetting, like, it's not speed that really, takes you out. It's the sudden stops and slowdowns. It's the congestion of traffic. That's the problem. And these non-wheelers out here, that's the whole problem. If we could fix that, guarantee you deaths will go down.
But they want to make money.
Damn, you're right. So
they want to make money.
So it'll never be fixed. But as far as I'm able to take the whip and then sell it, nah, B.
Imagine them just like, yo, we're gonna take your car and sell it. I'd rather you take it and crush it.
Yo, nah, crush it. That's a fact. Oh, let me pay for it back. Whatever.
I'm gonna do one of them going to 60 seconds and steal it right out the impound. Like, my man had a Barbie doll that was like, look at this. I ain't get a cop to look at a Barbie doll.
Yeah, he was losing it for a second, but he said, yo, hold on, check this out. Barbie started getting right.
I was like, yo, this cop is a bozo.
Yo, son, stole wild whips out the yard. But you know what, though, man? This is ridiculous, son. Like, and this is how they scare you. Traffic deaths have spiked.
Yeah, that's how they
places
do
around real in the recent years. They try to get you, man.
Come on.
This is ridiculous. Come on. And what is the speed limit? Going 37 mile an hour over.
Probably 10.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's probably something crazy.
If you're doing 46, you're a speeder. We're taking your car. It's probably what it is.
You're doing 55, you're a super speeder.
Come on, yo,
man.
wowing.
Come
That's
on.
what I'm saying. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said, I rate my skill a 7 out of 10. There are things I do and I do well and things I don't, but most importantly, I know my limits. That right there. Gotta stop the music.
Yeah.
See, that right there is the most important. Don't be out here trying to jump off the porch. Don't do it. Those are the ones that I'll be like, okay, you're out of here. Like, so go ahead. How else do they learn?
No, you're right. That right there, right? And also, what is the environment? What is the environment that we could go that we could maybe push the limit a little bit more? Like
by yourself.
But also furthermore, pilot racetrack, some sort of controlled sort of deal, right? Versus on like on the street or highway. But I'd be more inclined to turn up the limit over there than right here.
I don't know. I'll tell you this. Look,
ask Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, no, he's a track advocate.
I tell you this, right? I feel like the track will definitely help you as far as maintaining and learning, how far and the limits you could push your car. But the track can't get you ready for the Chinese food delivery driver that just come right out of the intersection. He can't get you ready.
No, that's different. But what's the commenter who wrote that?
Zoom for Zoom.
So I'm thinking Zoom for Zoom is not talking about Chinese food drivers at this point. I'm thinking he's like maybe referring to, I don't know, like you said, hitting the turn at a certain mile an hour or whatever like that. I would like to believe that's what he's getting at. But you're right though. Driving on the street, your limit got to be actually a little bit low because of the Chinese food driver though. So it actually got to be below the threshold. I will always say this, man. There used to be this crew, and they probably still around. I haven't seen a lot of the motorcycles on the set, motorcycle crews in the set in a long time. But when I was in a motorcycle club at that time, there was this one motorcycle club that nobody could touch out here. And that was Notorious 21. Yeah. Now, Notorious 21 ran the Southern State. Nobody was touching them. These dudes would be out there late, run you down. You don't even see where they come from. It was crazy. So one night we get a chance to run with them. And I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, man. Shout to the guy R1. He had a Honda RC V211, right? But it was tracked out. And he had cameras on it. This before we was really rocking with GoPros and everything. He was rocking, right? Yeah. And I never forget, man. They're like, all right, we on the Southern State. And the reason they called them, they was by Exit 21. That's like where they was from. Man, we get on the Southern State with these guys. The Southern State got a lot of turns. Yeah. Yo, to watch these guys, I was like, yeah, I got to know my limits. They was doing stuff like, I'm like, wow. Like when I say leaning the bike around cars, like, and they was moving in line in unison. Yeah. That's another thing. You could tell they rode a lot together. They was like, man, like 3 and 4 bikes in a row. And I was like, yo, kid, you really got to know your limits. Now, we're not, shout to Zoom for Zoom. Now, we're not talking everyday driving, but at the same time, you're going to have to deal with that if you're taking your cars and your bikes out there. You got to deal 100%. With a lot of the silly stuff. To be honest with you, like, even like when I ride, right? Riding on the street how should I say it? It don't really excite me. When I mean excite me, it doesn't. Regular street. Yeah, regular street right. or even a highway due to all the crazy bumps and stuff like that. So it doesn't encourage me to, let me take this bend a little faster or let me lean a little bit further. Like it don't do that for me because I know this environment is not conducive for this sort of riding. So I don't go there. Right. I don't go there. Don't get me wrong. I may dabble a little bit, but something about just, doing it out there, it's like, I'm good. I don't want to hit something next to, somebody come out of nowhere and I'm already in a full commit and I got to do something different now. Committing on a bike that's part of it. Now, 100%. And that's the part I love about it though. Like the commitment is cool. Yeah, you got to fully commit. The only way you're getting in and out of some of these things is you got to fully lean. I remember I'm riding, right? This is like when I first got the bike and I'm on my way here. So I'm coming from the third lane, the far right lane for those who don't know the slow lane. I'm coming from over there and I'm going to the fast lane. Right. But then you got this pickup truck in a HUV lane. Right. Right. So as I'm leaning further over to get to the lane and he's coming out of the HUV lane, mind you, not at the part of the lane where you could come out. He's breaking the lines. He's breaking the barrier. Right. I'm like, yo, S.I, why is that pickup truck getting closer, son?
Make you want to hurt him.
I'm like, yo.
Excuse my language.
Yeah, right. I'm like, yo, he's getting real close to me. So again, I'm in full commit mode. I'm like, yo, what are we gonna do? So I grabbed front brake. I didn't grab a lot of brake because I would have did an endo and I'd have been sliding it down the whole joint. So I eased on the front brake, right? Just enough that he edged right in front of me.
Yes.
So I'm like, cool, we recovered that, we good. So now he look out his window, he's like, yo, my bad. I'm like, damn, man, I could have been
street pizza.
Yeah, fam, like your bag, pay attention. Why? And furthermore, why is he crossing the barrier, changing lanes in the spot he's not supposed to change lanes at? So I'll say all to say this, man. Gotta get your wheel up.
It can happen, but it can happen anywhere.
It can happen.
Shout to my guy Reeps, he's tuned in.
Factory,
early.
let's go.
Let's go. Shout to my guy Reeps, he's in the building. Shout to Parker, he said, let me tap in Hayabusa. Yo, the number though, we want everybody to call, but the number, I'm not sure they're gonna be able to hear. But you know what? The number's up there. If it work, it work. Forget it. It is what it is. Let me put the number up there. I'm not sure if it's gonna work if everybody can hear you. We've been having issues with the phones here, but we'll put it up, man. If y'all want to call up Draco. I know you over there. Shout to Zoom. It's just like the guy said in Gran Turismo movie. You gotta commit. Factory. It's a fact, though.
Factory, son.
It's a fact. When you commit to a lot of different things, you be like this. I could do it. I tell you, all of my times riding my motorcycle, man. All of my times, like I've had situations. I remember going from the Cross Island to the LIE. You know how you got that turn?
Yeah.
Man, I went.
How you like that turn?
I love that turn. I went into that turn super duper hot. Right? Super duper hot. I was coming in, crazy.
Wallet.
I'm leaning that bike. Whoop. And as I'm leaning it, there's a car. And I'm coming around. I'm like, oh, tap the brake. Bike stand up. Straight. And I'm doing this too, right? Yeah, but I have a habit of pulling the clutch, which is always a habit to me that's gonna save you. Really? Because you may be doing this, but I got the clutch down. But I'm just in one place. I'm like, yo,
man, that's crazy.
I have a habit of pulling the clutch. Like when I'm in a situation like that, I take the power away and just wig myself out of it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I learned a couple of those little tricks like that.
That's actually not bad. I can't say I do that.
Because you know why people, whenever they falling on a motorcycle, their first thing they do is tense up on the handlebar.
Bars, yeah.
But now that's your throttle. So now you tensing up, you grabbing more throttle. You moving real fast. That's now you really go. So what I got in the habit of pulling the clutch. Here we go.
That's actually smart.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box? Let's hope it works.
What up? You know what it is? You know who it is?
Draco.
Let's go.
Shout out to my guy Draco. Can y'all hear? Let me know if you can hear Draco. Let me know if y'all can hear him. Let's go, Draco. What you got for me?
Just chilling, enjoying this hot sun.
Okay. Chilling in hot. No, that ain't chilling when you in hot.
That's funny.
You right.
Listen, man, enjoy the sun. No, nothing wrong with that. Don't let the bed won't deter you, man.
Nah. So they can hear the caller. All right. Phones is up.
Perfect.
You already know what it is. They can hear you. That's so, good. Draco, how would you rate your driving skill, brother?
I'm probably out of 10.
Yes.
6. But that's probably also due to my personality. I'm a very cautious person.
Well, you said say that again. You said you a 10?
Nah, I said out of 10, I'm a 6. But I'm very cautious. It might have to do with my personality. Okay. I'm the lookout. I'm the scout. I'm factoring all angles. So
in a motorcycle club,
run it and gun it. That's not me.
In a motorcycle club, in a club we call you the road captain. You the guy to make sure everybody get there safe.
You can say that. I don't just go. I'll be like, yo, he tapped his brake real tight. I gotta watch that dude. Yeah, that lady's on the phone with the makeup. I gotta watch that girl. This guy, he's on a vet. He's in a vet. I know he's trying to show off. That's me.
But do you feel like you spend too much time doing that? Do you feel like I don't get me wrong, I take a lot of things into consideration when I'm driving, and I feel like a lot of times It depends. If I'm on a road that I'm not familiar with, I'm really paying attention. But if I'm familiar with that road, I'm kind of like whatever. Like, okay, I see this person acting stupid, but I know what I'm about to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, got you.
So do you feel like you spend a lot of time being cautious?
Nah, it also depends on what road I'm on. If I'm on the Edinburgh, I know it like the back of my hand, so I could afford to monkey around. But there's a belt.
Monkeying around.
So vernacular. Boy, what a choice of words.
Yo, about to do some monkeying around later. What?
No, but with all this construction here, there, and everywhere, they're always changing lanes. They're always putting metal plates.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, can't go wild. But when I was younger, I didn't respect the car I had. I had an '86 Conquest.
Damn.
And like I said, it was whatever tire was cheaper.
Y'all some good dudes, man. I tell y'all some
never
good
changed the suspension. I remember one time I was racing another Conquest and didn't realize you need cool brake fluid.
Wait,
we were going.
Well, you said you didn't realize you needed brakes?
You said brake fluid.
I didn't realize you didn't need cool brake fluid. My brakes were getting hot.
Oh.
And I just refused to stop.
You was gonna break. You was gonna break.
You know, you learn when you're young, but at the time, I'm just going. My car looked fast, and I'm wilding. I was splitting traffic before swimming was swimming.
Draco's wild.
Going for it on green. I'm going.
Literally, that's what it was. He had a little like Pekingese dog in his lap. He's eating chicken.
This is crazy.
Son,
he had a what?
He had like a little toy dog in his lap.
A toy dog.
And we both at the light, and light turned green, and we went from the Brooklyn Library all the way out to Rockaway.
Sheesh.
And then we turned on Rockaway. We was racing down Rockaway.
See, I was.
And he ended up crashing into this lady. This lady on the Parkway. Yeah, this lady. And that was my caution. I started braking because I looked at the car. It was an old Seville. And had the indicator on like it's going to turn in front of us. And I was like, I bet you they don't realize how fast we're going. And I started to slow down. He was gunning it. And then you just heard the brakes lock. I sailed past.
See, here we go.
And he got smashed. And I turned back around. I was going to leave him. I was like, nah, I can't do that. I went back around, pulled over on the service lane. He looked at me. He's outside. His whole nose is crushed up. He got the dog in his hand. He just shook his head and waved me on. I was like, all right.
You knew him? You didn't know him?
I didn't know him.
Oh,
like,
I'm not
the thing with our car is, if you see another one, we like long lost brothers.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Random. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. One time I'm driving my CRX and it's this 3000 GT. Clarence is in the car with me at the time.
Well, SL, not the VR4, it's like the SL probably, right?
I think it was VR4. It was fully done. We used to drive the Flushing a lot because we would run into a lot of the cars over there that was done. And I remember this guy, he was driving, man. I hit him with a quick lane change. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, and all I seen was mad dust. Yo, Draco. All I see was mad dust. Y'all was like, each his own, kid. I don't go back, but I commend you for that, though. I don't go back.
Because it was a hard hit. It was a hard hit. And it was like that Dom Toretto moment, how he was breathing fast after he got in the head. That was me, and it didn't even happen to me. And I just turned back around. I was like, yeah.
He said, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Exactly. But things like that added to my caution. So I don't wild out like I used to.
Okay.
Because I have, like a previous caller said, you have these experiences built up. I'm not like pro GT level where you have complete faith in your machine. I don't, because I know it's 30 years old. I never changed nothing but the tires and the oil.
I got something.
So you can't really, like say you guys in your new cars, you could go a little crazy because new car. Most of us was riding in buckets.
I feel like
and we were too young to realize, I'm gonna tell you, I realized early.
I'm gonna tell you, Draco, I feel like I have less faith in a newer car because things can go wrong. I will say this, right? First off, shout to Reeps.
Let's go, Reeps.
Reeps said I'm 100% a 10 early.
Let's go, Reese.
Yo, I know Reese is good too.
Of course he was. Of course.
And shout to Shy, he said when you know where you are at, you relax your senses more towards doing the fast than being cautious. I can see that. And shout to Clarence, who's on the LIE. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yo, the 3000 GT, we was in the car, hit him with the 1-2, boo, boo, boo. Yo, or I was like this. Good luck to homie. Kept it moving.
But
that's what it is.
I made a couple of trips to RPM,
and
I realized my cautiousness translates to the go-kart.
Oh. See, now past experiences has slowed you down. And see, that's what I mean a lot of times too. If you've never had a bad experience, like a really bad like crash or something, yo, you be shocked. You'll stay fast, but the minute you hit, I fell twice on my motorcycle. Both times it hurt. Yeah. Yes, I was on the ground, backpedaling like I was, sliding down the Van Wyck like this, watching my bike spark up going down. I've been there and I fell one time because somebody they came out of the turning lane. That time I fell in the Van Wyck, I was willing. Yeah, I know no more.
He said, "Oh no,
no more, son." I was. I'll never do it again, son.
He's wilding.
Never do it again. And you know what's wild, son? That's why I don't even like when people pull up on you and be like, "Yo, you can wheelie for my kids." But if I fall, But if I fall,
you gonna just drive.
Laughing at me, going home. Like, yo, he fell. You seen that? Nah, I'm good.
If they don't take a picture, right on the ground.
Don't even help me up. Don't pick up a fairing, nothing. Nothing.
Hey, right there. Lean a little bit more this way.
Yo, but that's why I don't get into that no more. Like, I feel that the trickery is not riding. I have seen people wheelie and come back down out of that endo, all that. At the end of the day, that's a different style that I just can't.
Yeah, I'm not really into that myself. I'm not gonna front.
I don't have a bike. I know me. I would get in a high chair, down the belt, and that's the other part of it too. It's not so much experience caution. I know my personality.
Okay.
There's a little devil on the side that goes, yo, try that. Go ahead.
But you know,
and I would be the only one on the road. It would be just me against me.
You know one thing. You know one thing about that, Draco. Like for me, right, my experience with the bike, right? Like you think you're gonna want to do all that until you realize how fast this thing is. You be like this, no, and then I gotta slow it down. Like I think that's like, I don't know. People like, I talk to people all the time. They say like, yo, man, I know how I am. I do that. I said, you think you will until you really realize like this ain't really like what you thought it is. Like it's completely a different animal. Like it's crazy. I mean, that's just me. I tell you what.
Yeah. I tell you what. I thought I was gonna ride a motorcycle. Like, yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, so I got that 750 and I had to get it home. And I was like, oh, like, yo, shout to Ox again. Ox is with me. Yeah. So I bought the bike brand new. Mine. I had just had my permit. I didn't even have my license. I had my permit.
So how'd you get the bike?
What you mean? I bought it.
You didn't even have the license on you first.
No, I got it. I got insurance and all that.
See, the bid one's a wild one. I had the license, everything on deck before I went to go grab it. Like
not at all, kid. I was like this. I went cop. And I think before that, the only time I had rode any motorcycle, my homeboy had a booked R1 in his backyard.
Oh nah.
And he was like, "Yo," so I was just taking it up and down the block. I didn't really ride. Pause. Until it was like, so now check this out, Draco. I get the bike. The dealer brings the bike out, right? Because they had to put it together and everything. He brings it out. He's like, yo, you know how to ride, you know what to do, right? I was like, yeah, he can see the question mark though.
Yeah.
He was like this. He said, look, man, look, shifter, all of that. I kind of knew that, but he said, can you get home? He said, where you live? I said, I live in Queens. I had bought my bike from Cross Bay.
Yeah.
Over there. So I had to get on the highway to get home.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Y'all jump on the highway, son. Ox is riding with me. Well, Ox was driving and he was following me. So he's like, yo, why you got your brakes on? I'm like, nah, I had my foot on the back peg the whole time.
No, you didn't.
Smoked up the back brakes. Crazy, son. But then you want to laugh. Yeah. That's when I realized I will not be wilding. Yo, and it just goes back to what you said, Draco, and what you said, Shawn, because somebody came through, and because I was riding slower, they just me right in front of me, and I was like, oh, and then I looked down, and when I took the glance down, it's just concrete.
Yeah, it's crazy, son.
It's
crazy. Nah, it's wild crazy when you look down.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I remember when I went to go get mine, right, Draco? So I went to go get mine. So when I went to go get mine, right? Like again, the salesman brought it around to the front, clean, nice, right?
Right.
So, because remember, I was in there before looking at the bike.
Yes,
I was in there before, so he remembered me. So I got it, right? Did whatever I had to do. Yo, he seen how geeked I was. He said, yo, slow down, fam. I was like, hold on. I was too geeked. He seen me drinking like, yo, he's like, yo, I know you excited, but yo, hold on, I'm gonna give you a rundown on this. This is real right now. Like, chill, like, relax. I was like, all right, no doubt, no doubt. I got it. Nah, I wasn't even like that. I just was so hyped though. Like, I can't wait. Man, I get on that joint, son. I was like, whoa, like it's just a different. Oh, damn.
Oh, that's how I blew my first engine. Yo. I was racing right up here on Rockaway. Y'all remember by the McDonald's? Well, before the McDonald's, right off the highway, the little strip people used to run.
Right.
There used to be a little strip club over there. First time I got my first car and the first engine, and I was bugging out.
Wow.
So you hit that dip on the left side.
Then it's real. Draco, hold on. Yo, Parker, as soon as we finish this phone call right back. I'm sorry, Draco. Continue on.
Oh, no. Yeah. So what happened was nobody really went to Fountain Avenue with those days. The Queens people, or as I remember, they would be on Rockaway or they hold up traffic on the side street of the Belt, the 150th.
Right.
And I'm running. Again, I'm running a bucket. I ain't changed nothing, and my rear suspension was bottoming out. So it also had a hit in the firewall. So every time I hit a bump, you just hear,
and you just see the car.
I'm slicing tires as I'm driving. And I win the race. Dude was like, "What do you got in there?" I was like, "I don't know no terminology." I was like, "Got an engine in it. What are you talking about?" You know, pop the hood. I was like, "Sure." I popped the hood, and they don't even know what they're looking at because nobody's seen a forklift engine before. And I'm going home, and all of a sudden, my rear left gets flat. It's all eaten up, chewed up. So, like I said, it's more personality. Yeah, the tire was shredded because the fender was cutting into it. Mind you, I'm so giddy that I got this car. I'm doing 60. I'm doing 70. I'm asking people if they need a ride so I can drive. Y'all want to go to Sears? Y'all want to go to the store? I'll take y'all. And I'm bugging out. Full load. 4 people in the whip, hitting bumps, and it's just cutting the tire. I don't know nothing about walk around. I don't know nothing about inspecting your stuff before you go out. I'm bugging. And when I got that flat, I got a little shimmy, a little deck wobble, and that held me up. So like I said, all my experiences and my personality, I'm a cautious dude. Like I tell you, I play the back.
So I got to give his props right there. You know why I got to give you a prop? Because he's honestly admitting a lot of things that I've done, 90% of everybody's done. I didn't get into this thing with safety in mind. No, I didn't. We used to drive rental cars, stupid.
Yeah.
We got
That's funny, son.
Yo, we got from Queens to Bridgeport, Connecticut in a half hour.
Yeah.
Yo, we used to, and that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, I can totally, and I mean a rental car. Like we used to jump in the Chevy Cavalier. Yo, the Chevy Malibu. Remember, they used to rent you them joints? The Oldsmobile Alero.
Yo, he's stupid.
Wow. Yo, I was supposed to buy the Alero at auction.
Yo,
to me, it was so dope. Yeah, but let me let Phil get on the jack.
Yo,
pause.
Sheesh. Draco, you coming out next time? What you doing?
Where y'all at? What y'all doing?
We probably gonna be setting up to take another wilderness run next month. And that's for everybody that's listening. The doors is open. We're probably gonna take another wilderness run that was tremendous, but we're gonna try to go early in the morning though. Early in the morning.
Now, to stay on topic, what's the terrain? How wild are y'all bugging out? Are y'all doing autobahn? Because the only car I got right now is the Yard.
Well, so I'll tell you what.
You might be leaving me way back.
I tell you what. we only do what we capable of doing.
That's it. We leave it right there.
Miller was out there
with the pickup. Let's go, Miller Tom. He's out there.
Miller Tom was out there sideways.
He had the support vehicle, so
drifting the joint. Let's go.
Skull, son. But we had a tremendous time, man. Just like I said. Shout to Camacho. Camacho in the building too.
Let's go, Camacho. He got to make it out there too next time.
Camacho gonna make it out there. He said, yo, I got vacation after July 4th. Let's go.
Let's do it.
But we had a good time.
And while we're at it, when's manager doing a cookout?
So
we got all these garages, and a certain CRX is being neglected.
Damn.
There's got to be something.
I tell you what, we're gonna have something lined up. Management is actually planning something, something great.
Yeah.
Something great. And trust me, the CRX is it's just not what y'all seeing. But it's okay. That's our fault because we have a YouTube channel.
Fact. Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel where we go put some of the stuff up. But shout to Draco because he keep you honest.
That's a fact. No, he do.
Shout to Draco because Draco keeps you honest. Don't you dare tell me you're doing X, Y, and Z. Yes, sir. That is me. Let's go. So with that being said, shout to Draco. We're gonna let Park. I know Park is gonna call up as soon as you get off the phone, but I gotta appreciate what Draco's saying because sometimes you just gotta be honest.
100%.
There was times I was like this, jumping, didn't let nothing warm up. We going for it. That's why I never buy a rental car. I would never buy a rental car, like unless I'm using it to do Uber or something.
Yo, son.
One last thing. With concerning experience, you know how we used to have turbo timers and all that?
Damn.
My old mechanic, Rex, on Utica and Clarendon, every car, he would idle for a minute or so before and after startup. And I would get on him and say, yo, what are you doing? It's a fuel-injected car. It's mine. And he's like, listen, when you get older in this game, you're going to understand what I'm doing. Don't you know I do that now?
That's right. Especially after a hard drive.
Absolutely.
After a hard drive, you gotta let it run. And
so I guess the bottom line is
turbo vehicles
dictate how you go.
There you go. Experience,
not necessarily fear, but experience. You learn to respect it like fire.
That's a fact. You could cook with it.
Fire is not scary.
You could cook with it or kill with it.
Factory.
Exactly.
You could cook with it or you could kill with it. It's one or the other. Damn.
That's real.
All right,
put that on a shirt.
Factory.
I'll be right back with the money.
Yo, Draco, you know what it is. Shout to Draco for keeping it a buck.
Factory.
Shout to Draco for tuning in, and shout to Draco for keeping us honest out here. With that being said, you already know what it is, kid. We're going to finish strong. We're going to get my man Park in the building. He's probably going to call as soon as you hang up, though. But we appreciate you.
All right. Later, gentlemen.
All right,
yes, sir.
Peace.
Take it easy.
Shout to Draco. He keep you honest, boy. He keep you honest, boy.
Factory.
Shout to Draco. He keep you honest, boy. But with that being said, shout to Mark. He said my cousin bought a Benz with only his permit. Oh, there we go. Yo, Parker, what it is? That you? Yo,
let's go,
God,
Parker.
Shout to Parker.
Let's go.
First off, tell the audience tell us your story, but also tell us what's going on with you, my brother.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the first one about your topic.
Okay.
Because I already showed you the pictures with the Hayabusa.
Can we clap it up for
this? I said I was going to get it. And that bike is different. That vehicle, that motor is different. The thing is about that bike, I'm reading the manual. I'm doing my research. That bike comes with more components and more modes than that Jigsaw and that Harley right now.
More told you.
It has modes where you could put it in sport mode when you want to hit the track. So it actually loosens up the turning with the steering. That's one. Then you can drop that mode down to a 900 if you want to. And then you can drop it down to a 600 cc. And then you can drop it down to an inexperience. So that bike is all in one. Yeah.
My only thing with the Hayabusa, and it's not a thing at all. What my problem, and this is what I fear, is that that bike is gonna be gone. And what I mean by that, because it's gonna be gone. It's not gonna be one of them bikes every year you could go get one. You see the landscape changing right now.
Absolutely.
If you're paying attention to the street bike game, you're starting to notice the R1 will be no more.
Yeah, it's finished after this year.
After this year, the R1 is finito.
Finished.
Right?
I spoke to the dealer, and he said that Kawasaki is the only brand that's still making moves. Suzuki and I forgot the other brand.
Yamaha.
Honda, Yamaha. They're slowing down because they're continuing on making trains and cars. So they're focusing on where the money is at.
You can't knock them. Suzuki. Oh man, when I saw the GSX 8R, I was like, what the?
I actually like the way it looks a little bit. It don't look half bad.
Sitting up too high for me. Sitting up too high for me.
Yeah, but to also rate the skill as far as like when you was asking the questions, how would you rate your skill level as far as operating a vehicle? It really depends because my man rides the Pico. He rides the 400 Kawasaki Ninja.
Okay.
Now he was keeping up with me when I was on a Hayabusa, but they already know that I just got that bike, so I have to fill the mold in that.
Yeah, you got to break it in.
And then my other boy was riding the Honda Repsol, the 1000.
Nice.
And they kept up. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, they knocking the turns or whatever. Now, if I had out the 750 Gixxer, it would have been a different story. I would have been able to power up, know the turns, know how to move that bike because the Hayabusa is too heavy that my legs can't even move the bike to the next lane like I could do with the 750.
So,
you know?
For those that don't know, Parker, can you just go through the garage real quick? The GSXR 750.
Yeah.
We know the Hayabusa 1300.
I got a Harley Davidson Sport Glide. That's a 1750.
Yes.
And just got the Hayabusa, which is a 1349.
Boy, 1349. That Busa, beautiful.
That's hot.
That Busa is beautiful. I've been looking at so many videos on this thing. My wife is like, so what are you doing?
Right.
Next week.
Right. But I can see myself definitely taking that bike around the United States, the Busa, because it just has a certain feel where you can just go.
It's a super sport touring.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a touring, son.
Yeah. You can also change the bike into a touring mode.
And it has, you ready for this? It has cruise control.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of people was like, yo, nah, cruise control. I'm gonna tell you, if you've ever rode your motorcycle long distances, especially a street bike, not really so much like your road glide, right? Parker. If you ride your bike long distances, like on a road glide or something, it's a little easier, you know what I mean, on the throttle hand. But with street bikes, you over it. So it's like, yo, wear your hand out. Like you be paused, you be tired.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? I contribute that to your weight distribution, though. You can't have so much weight on your hand. Once you do that, that's why you got to engage your core, your legs, your back, and all that to reduce.
But after hours,
oh no, it's still gonna be there, but I think the key to that is weight distribution now.
And not for nothing, that's like one of my plans too, man. I got these bags for my GSXR 1000, and I'm really debating on like a cross country run with my GSXR 1000.
What are we doing?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready when you guys are.
Woo!
See what I'm saying? Parker ready. Parker ready.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm ready to go.
I gotta say, like, the more like New York is just not it. And the more you own these things, you're like, yo, kid, I'm not gonna enjoy it here. Even the drive here was corny.
Exactly.
Like I can't stand that.
I spoke to the Southern riders. I said, since you guys always moving from Colorado to Los Angeles to Texas, Alabama, Florida, would you guys ever make it up to New York? They said, nah, they not experienced on the potholes and the traffic. You know, so everybody got their differences.
Speed cameras.
It ain't even worth it though.
They
ain't even worth it. They good. Drop past.
Look, they be like this. They be like,
keep the change, you filthy animal.
They don't want none of that, man. They like your speed cameras.
They also said that with the Busa, with this one, you can put it in the mode if you're riding in dirt mud.
I believe it. I believe Suzuki is known for being ahead of the game when it comes to all of that kind of stuff. The electro, like when they first did, they was the first bike to go fuel injected. They was the very first bike to do that. A lot of other bikes was carbon. I mean, carburetors.
Yeah.
And there's the slipper clutch as well. And for those that don't know the difference between a slipper clutch and a clutch prior to that, if you downshifted into first gear or too crazy, the back wheel would lock up and you would slide. Suzuki was one of the first to change that. Like, okay, we put in a slipper clutch, wet clutch, but now you downshift and it's not gonna lock up your back wheel. Very interesting stuff, man.
And also with this booster, it has another. Well, it has too many modes I can't even think of right now. But since you brought that up, you can also put the higher booster in automatic, so it'll change. So it'll shift the gears for you.
Now, man, I want nothing to do with that here. Man, I want nothing.
Yo. Nah, see, this is what I mean. It's like, see, for me now they catering too much now. It's like you taking it away. You're robbing me of an experience.
No, but you can select it. See,
I don't even want it there because now we got more computers, we got more weight, right? We got more things to go wrong now.
You know how much a high booster weighs?
Some of them joints is like 600 pounds, bro.
Almost. I think it's 600 with a full tank of gas.
The high booster is 750.
Come on, bro. God, I was close. Joints is heavy, B.
With a full tank of gas. My GSXR 1000 is 439 pounds with a full tank of gas. That is like, and let me tell you, if you've ever dropped, not that I say you go out there and push your bike over, but if you've ever dropped the bike and tried to pick it up, that's when you realize how heavy they are, son. You be like,
that's
whoa.
a workout by itself.
Yeah, man.
I picked that thing up. I'm like, with my protein shake.
Telling you, son.
Parker is wilding.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys this other story because I know you guys got to close out.
Let's go.
You know what I did this morning? It's gonna blow your mind. I went skydiving.
Okay.
You serious?
Yeah.
Fire. Wait, indoor? You really was in the plane, 30,000 feet.
Outside, 10,000 feet. Out the plane. Out the plane.
Yo, I've been trying to skydive for the longest now, son.
I can't front. They told me I'm too heavy.
And the funny thing was, because I went by myself and I'm sitting in the group and everybody's chatting. And it's crazy because when they was having conversation, they was talking about motorcycles. They was like, we did street racing. Now we went and got the 1000 R and now we just racing up and down. And it was like, okay, that thrill is over. What's next? Skydive.
Junkie.
Yeah, that's some junkie. That's the junkie movement. I'm good off
junkies, boy. They like this speed. I am speed. Wowing. I love it though.
And that thing was beautiful, man. It wasn't even scary. You can't be scared when you're in the air because once you out that plane in midair, the only thing you're thinking about is you, the person that's strapped to you, because you only going to have trust in God and the guy that's holding the parachute. And I heard some of the wind blowing the parachute. I looked up. I was like, something's happening.
He's like, no, we're good. We're good. You can't even panic. You can't.
Right.
I will say this, right? I always wanted to skydive after I seen this movie called Point Break.
Point Break is fire. I know you're talking about. Point Break is crazy.
I said, yo.
So I've been trying to skydive Beta 1 for a while now, kid.
So I checked it out. They was like, yo, they would charge me a lot more. They said because the person that jumped with me got to be experienced.
Right. Like anybody who's above a certain amount of weight, I think it's like $2 per pound or something like that. Or whatever.
Yo, that's hilarious, kid. I'm gonna be out here paying for a whole pig. Hey, yo, come on, son, 50-pound pig over there. Yeah.
Right.
You a fool.
Yo, Parker, good looking on the phone call, my guy.
Factory.
No doubt.
And don't forget.
And what's up?
Nah, I'm about to say, don't forget, push the lines every trip. I already know how you get down, kid. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. I'm about to break out and probably take this bike probably down to Delaware, then just ship it on down to North Carolina, then just make it do what it do, man.
You could put it on the auto train too. Don't forget. You could put. No. Keep it a buck. If you ride down to Florida, or if you want to get down to Florida, put it on the auto train, ride it back.
Yeah,
that's a nice little run. We set that up too for the rally. That we never ended up doing it because we wasn't sure how they deal with modified cars as far as low or whatever. But we definitely looked into the tickets, man, and they drop you off in Annapolis, right outside of DC. And you could go home from there. So it's from there all the way down to Florida, Sanford, Florida, right knocking on the door with Orlando and all of that over there. It's a nice little run. We considered it a whole night. Drive down there and then have it bring the cars back up to like Washington, D.C. and Maryland. It's in between there. And then drive the rest of the way home. But check it out when you get a chance, man. And don't forget, man, push the limit. All right,
let's go.
Push the limit, man. And you gotta let me see that Hayabusa, brother.
I was telling him, like, yo, I can't wait to see that bike, son. I can't wait to see that bike.
Shout to my guy, Parker.
All right, now. You guys be good.
All right, kid.
Easy out there. You guys, happy July 4th and all that other good stuff.
Oh, you already know.
Factory.
Right. Peace.
One.
Later. Shout to my guy, Parker, man. We went through the whole show just talking experiences. Shout to everybody who's rocking with us. I will say this, man. It's just been one of them kind of days. We didn't even really get into anything that we had lined up, but that's fine because now I'm going to talk about how would I rate my driving skill.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of voiced on it, like we asked you, right? Like, and what would you say your number was? You had to go.
If I had to really put a number on it, though, it'd probably be like 1,000, somewhere around there. But I'm gonna be modest, though. I'm gonna be a little modest, though. I want to say I'm like a solid 7 double plus or something like that, triple plus.
We ain't even say no double plus.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I think
7 double.
I think from my experience, honestly, I haven't been to I've been to track one time, right? That was one time, but like just from like all my experience I done gathered, I want to say like I'm definitely like a 7, solid 7, solid. Some nights 8, depending. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I would say this about myself. So rating my driving skill, right? I believe my driving skill is, like you said, like 7.
Okay.
Teetering near 8.
Yeah.
Because I can either go all the way out.
Yeah.
But I also know how to
dial it
back and
for sure.
Still be. But I will say my past experiences have made me the driver I am. You feel what I'm saying? And then on top of that, learning things, watching things.
Yeah.
And I call it cab time. How much cab time are you really putting in? When I first got my CRX, I didn't know how to drive manual.
Yeah.
I bought that car like that. And I learned. You know how I learned? By putting in cab time. I used to drive to the Verrazano at night and drive back home. I used to drive to Southern State, drive back home.
Yeah,
nobody knew. I was by myself.
Yeah.
Nobody. It wasn't I'm gonna get with everybody else. No, I went out there intentionally to learn.
See, that's what I'll do with the bike. Like some nights I just get up and just get on the bike and go. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Camacho. He said in go-karts, I'm a 10, undisputed. See, y'all wasn't there. And because of that, he could talk all the mess he want to talk.
That's a fact.
But we're going back to Go-Kartville, kid. You about to see what it is. RPM Raceway, and we're going on a GT night where they combine both tracks. And we're going to really see what everybody about after that, man. Shout to my guy Camacho. With that being said, man, it's been one heck of a show, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, calling up, rocking with us. And shout to Reap, shout to everybody that's in the building. With that being said, y'all know we got a couple segments that we wanted to talk to y'all before we get up out of here for the day. So with that being said, that was all driver's etiquette right there.
Factory.
That was all driver's etiquette. Man. So you know we go after the driver's etiquette, man. We had a couple other things though, man. I really wanted to get into it. But the dealerships was hacked.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and we're gonna get into that. But the 6 skills that I came across this, and it made me really think too. The 6 skills you need to be a better driver. And I think a lot of the things they were talking about, like, you know, look where you want to go, fully commit. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And try to see everything that's going on around you. Yes. Know your car's capabilities. Yes.
Factory.
You can't, like Draco just said, he was out here wilding with the hoop dog. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
wilding in the bucket. You ain't supposed to be doing that.
He learned.
Yeah.
He learned. And then now they talk about hand position, you know, 10 and 2 or whatever on the steering wheel. Yeah, I give you that. All right. Yeah. Right? But learn how to handle your car. The samurai, the sword.
Yeah.
The samurai can only be as good as how he wields the sword.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the sword is.
Factory.
How he wields it. And at the end of the day, I've seen this in bikes. I've seen this in cars as many times. I done ran into. There used to be a guy in this other state. Don't want to blow him up too crazy. I don't know his name. All black R6, black helmet, black long sleeve shirt, black chest pads, everything, and he would be out there.
Yeah,
he'll run you down. He will run you down. He'd be right there, exit 13, waiting at night. Shut his lights off, everything, go for his. Crazy. You got to see these things. I'm telling you, these are the things that I've seen from riding back then to now. There's no such thing as that now. You don't got too many people that's committed like that. Shout the Night Kids, the kid from the mountaintop over there.
Yeah.
Night Kid. That's what he had on there. We all know Night Kids from Initial D, but he was prepared. And you can see that's what he's fully committed. You don't see too many people like that now. Now everybody think the motorcycle game is a joke. Now they rather just buy a used bike instead of a new bike. They It's not really,
Nah, it's not
skill anymore.
Nah,
man.
It's
But
not.
with that being said, man, we're gonna jump right into the rest of the show. We're gonna finish off strong. You ready for this, kid?
Let's go.
Here we go, man. Let's go.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
All right, y'all. Legends of Auto.
Let's
you know how we
go.
get down is one of our favorite.
Let's go.
One of our favorite things that we
Factory,
have going
factory.
on here, here at Rally Radio. Let's go, Sean. What you got for me?
So today, every legend is not without its fault.
Let's go.
So today we got this legend's a former race car driver, former motorcycle racer. We got Mary McGee. Mary McGee, son. Female, right? She was an American motorsport racing pioneer, son. Like she been out there in the game for a little while, right? She just retired in 2012, right? She was the first woman to ever compete in motorcycle racing, son. That's crazy. And motocross.
Wow.
And sports car racing.
She did it all.
Son, she was a real pioneer at this. Like, she was doing it, right? Obviously, she was born in the United States, right? She was road racing. She was road racing from 1916 to 1976. She was out there for a while. She stopped racing, then she started competing again in 2000 in vintage motorsport racing, though. Motocross events, pardon me. So she had tons of wins, though. Not for nothing, she's included in the Hall of Fame also. Motorcycle Hall of Fame, right? She started sports car racing in 1957. She just was doing this. And some of the cars that she raced in was the AC Bristol, Ferrari Bernetta, the Corvette, Jaguar, Lotus 18, Porsche Spider, Ferrari Testarossa. So she been out there, son.
Riding crazy.
Yeah, she been out there. She been out there doing her thing, man. And not for nothing, though. She raced in certain places like Riverside International. That was in California.
Early.
Hours Glass in California. You know what I'm saying? Tuscan, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. So she's been to tons of tracks. So she's up here because, again, it's not only men out here wheeling. We got female legends out here.
It's crazy.
That's been doing their thing.
I just get the gong. Go ahead, continue on.
So, not for nothing, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that legend.
That was actually a great one right there. Like I said, there's some women that you gotta respect.
Nah,
Don't
for
get
sure.
it twisted.
For sure. Like, not for nothing. She was at the Formula One Grand Prix in Canada, son. The guy asked her, "Yo, this your first time out here?" She looked at him and said, "Boy, man, she old now." She said, "Yo, I've been racing these."
We back. Okay, we back. Sorry, y'all. We lost connection. I guess that's them telling us our time is running short. So with that being said, shout out to S.I Shawn.
Let's go, baby.
Legends of Auto.
Mary McGee.
Real
Let's
legends
go.
never die.
Let's go. We are in the building. So with that being said, you know how we get down, man. We got a couple more things we're gonna talk before we get up out of here. You ready for this?
It's the newest and freshest. Modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
Shout to Marlon. Cobra! That's what that was. Cobra Command to shut us down. So it looks like the 2025 Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing Le Monster.
It's a new that's a new monster.
Limited edition celebrates Le Mans. That is crazy. And a CT4V Blackwing Petite